Hi everyone! I have a new client in my chair today, and she actually did find me from watching one of my YouTube videos. So she's new to me, and today I am going to color her hair back to her natural color, which is she's got a little bit of gray in the back, and then her crown section is silver, and then the front is white. Her natural color is very beautiful. She ended up going to a different salon to have it bleached the first time to try to go back to her natural, but she was not happy with how they did it. Right there, they did end up frying off a large section of her hair in the back and around her face. She was coloring it a level 6 brown before. These pictures are from 2 weeks ago when I did her consultation the first time. I do like where they were able to get her blonde, but I'm not too thrilled that it ended up frying her hair off. Like right there's a big gap. And she said it was really short before, and she has not been able to wear her hair down since February, and it is now September. I will not be using any bleach today because her hair cannot handle it. You see right there, she's silver in her crown section. So around her face, she's mostly white, like a white silver. So I did end up having to cut quite a bit off. Couldn't blend. There's no way I could have blended all of her broken off hair in the back. It would have been way too short, and she still wanted to keep it long-ish. So here's the back of her crown where she's like silver gray. So I will just be toning and low lighting. So her low lights are going to be the Guy Tang Dark Shadows Permanent. If you want an actual gray low light, this is the best color to use for that. And I will be using 10 volume with that. And then for her midsection, I will be using 8P, 8V from Matrix Sync. Those will be like around her crown section. And then around her face, I will be toning with 10P and 10V, where she's white. And that's also Matrix Sync. And I'll be using that with 0 volume developer. So I'm going to get started on her back right section. And change of plans, I didn't realize that she had so much white back here. So I'm actually going to weave in the 10V with 10P to help match. Because if you see right above this, she's mostly gray, but right here, right around her perimeter, it's more white or silver. So I'm just going to apply the 10P, 10V to tone that yellow out. And then right above that, I'll be doing the same thing. The 10P and 10V. I'm just doing some baby lights right here. Oh wait, no, I changed my mind. I did a slice. I did a baby light on the bottom, and I'm doing a slice right here, because she's so white. I'm only applying it to where the blonde color is. I'm not touching her natural. Then right here, I'm switching to the dark gray of the Guy Tang Dark Shadows. So wherever you see that angled gray and black brush, that is my dark gray, dark shadows, low light. And then after this piece, I'm going to grab another piece on the right, and that's going to be the white. So if you see my little green brush with the yellow bristles, that's the 10P, 10V. And now above those two, I'm going to weave out her gray pieces, or her like dark silver. So if you see my white brush, that is the 8P, 8V. So right there was the silver gray color. And then right here will be the white, because I'm using the green and yellow brush. She wanted to keep it mostly white around her face. So right there, it's mostly white. So this whole slice, I will be applying the 10P, 10V. And then on this slice right here, I'm going to do two different colors. So she's got some gray and some white in there. So I'm going to weave out the gray and apply the gray lowlights of the dark shadows. And then underneath that, I will be applying the white color again, the 10P, 10V. So when you're doing, or when you have a client who wants to go back to their natural, the number one thing you have to do is mimic their natural color in the foils. So you can do some slicing, some weaving. You just weave out the color that you see. So right there, I just weaved out the hair that I want to color the silver gray color, so the 8P, 8V. And not every client is the same. Everybody is different. You just weave out the hair that is the gray silver to color it the gray silver in the foil. And then below that, or next to that, I am going to weave out and apply my dark gray low light, because I picked out the dark gray color that is her natural hair. Her natural hair pieces right there were gray. And then below the dark gray, I'm going to apply the white. It sounds confusing, but once you study their hair and figure out what their natural pieces are, that is where you apply the color. I hope I'm explaining that correctly. So this whole slice was like had a lot more gray to it, so I'm applying the dark gray color as a low light. And I did feather it all the way up. So natural hair is not one solid color. You have hair strands that come out of your pores that are all different colors. That's why I'm choosing to pull out pieces to make them right here the silver gray, because the pieces that I weaved out were the silver gray. When you look at someone, you may think, oh, they're a solid color brown. But when you get in their hair and look at their hair, they have hair strands that are gold, hair strands that are copper, hair strands that could be red. But when you step back and look at their hair, it gives the hair the illusion that it's all one solid brown, but that's not the case. Everybody has different strands of color that make up one solid color, I think that makes sense. I'm terrible at explaining things, as you can tell. So that slice right there was white, so I'm applying the white. This can be a very tedious job, but once you're done, it looks so natural. Now moving on to the back top crown. In this area, I'm pretty sure I did mostly the gray and the dark gray, because she's pretty dark in her crown. There's not a whole lot of white. And there are still some leftover orangey pieces or gold pieces, and wherever those were, I put the dark gray. Like right there, she had some orange, so I put the dark gray. Now I am going to speed up the video, and just remember, the white brush is the silver gray color, the green brush is the white color, and the gray brush is the dark gray lowlights. Okay, so now I am moving on to around her hairline, around her face. So as you can see right here is where there's a ton of breakage from being bleached. So I'm going to be very careful with most of her hair. Even though I'm using a demi-permanent color, I still want to be careful. So most of the front around her hairline, I'm going to do the 10P, 10V. So you're going to see a lot of slicing of that color. And I am going to add in a few low lights of the silver gray. Like right here, I'm going to add a few. Just to help balance everything out. So she's not like solid white in the front. She's mostly white, but she's not solid white. And then I did balance it out more with a few of the dark gray. I didn't add very many around the front. I think I maybe added 3 on each side, possibly. I say possibly because I did her hair like a month ago. So my brain's got a hairstylist fog. Now moving on to her left side, where again you see she's mostly white. So I'll do the same thing, take some slices, apply the 10P, 10V. Then I'll also add in some of the 8P, 8V, and a couple of the dark gray. And here's a little sneak peek of the color Wet. It looks so natural already. And I added in the It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In Light. And then now I'm going to take you along with me as I blow dry her hair. Look at how much more natural that looks. I did end up cutting her hair a little bit more, and I layered it some more, so I gave her a layered bob so she'd be able to actually wear it down now. Because like I said before, she has not worn her hair down since February. Look at that blend and the shine. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm going to toot it. That looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm just blow drying it and giving her a bunch of like little flippy ends so it'll kind of look feathered. And there she is after. Look at that blend. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I was honestly really surprised at how natural I was able to get that. In all honesty, I really was. I always say you should under-promise and over-deliver. I couldn't have gotten that more perfect, seriously. She absolutely loved it. She was so happy that she could finally wear her hair down. It looks so natural. Probably one of my favorite hair colors I've done to date in my whole career. Absolutely love, 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 love. Look at that. Her cut looks amazing. Her hair felt so much better. It's so beautiful.